So how do we do a power off stall the correct way? Well, let's go ahead and first clear the area. So I'm going to go ahead and make some clearing turns here. We don't see anybody else around us. Area looks all clear here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and first pull on carburetor heat. So carburetor heat comes on, the RPM comes back to a nice approach RPM, say about 1500 RPM there. So there's 1500 RPM. We'll go ahead and roll out on a heading here. We'll choose a heading and sync our DG to about 180. That should work nicely for us. Let's go ahead and set our old school DG here. Unlock it right there at about 180. Perfect. And now we're on this 180 heading. We're slowing the airplane down. We're well within flap range. I use a little bit of nose up trim to help me pull back. And then I go ahead and I start bringing in flaps. So here's some flaps. We go all the way to full flap. You could do it in notches or in sequences, but we're not trying to slow ourselves down here. So we just go ahead, go right to full flap. And now we got the airplane nice and stable, about 50 miles per hour. And I'm pulling back a little bit. That trim's kind of worn off, right? So the trim was helping me pull back at higher airspeed. Now I'm having to add a little back pressure in, but not much. It's not crazy. You can see it's just, I could do it with one finger if I really wanted to there. It's just, one or two fingers on the control is easy enough to hold back on it. So I'm not really overstressing. I'm not grabbing it like crazy here or anything. I'm just, fingertips on the controls. That's all it is to it. And now I'll go ahead and reduce power. I'm holding the nose up on the horizon, but note, I'm not going to rip the nose up here. I'm just going to hold the nose level on the horizon so I can see some clouds out in front of me. I can see where the blue water meets the blue sky or the green land meets the blue sky. I'll reduce power, and I'll just keep increasing back pressure to keep the nose right there. Just slowly keep increasing back pressure. I'm not ripping it back, and you can see the nose never got that high on me, and it's kind of trying to drop. You can feel a little buffet here. It wants to stall, but most airplanes, if you do it this way, actually won't really stall. They just kind of go through these little oscillations. There's a little stall. I can relax the pressure, but notice I didn't really move the controls much. I just relaxed some of the back pressure. I add in full power. Carburetor heat goes off, and I slowly reduce flaps to a climb setting, so 20 degrees on this aircraft. The airplane will climb. I can see positive rate now. Positive rate of climb, positive increase in airspeed, and I can go ahead and reduce flaps all the way down to 0. So the whole idea here, honestly, guys, if you were to take away anything from this video, small motions, watch the nose, look over the nose, look over at the horizon, watch the nose in relation to the horizon, and you can see during that maneuver I lost very little altitude. Through the actual brake and buffet, I really lost nothing. So the whole idea during the stall is to not give up any altitude, to not be dropping like crazy, not be shoving your nose way down, not be ripping the nose way up above the horizon. The airplane can do most of these maneuvers with the nose relatively at the horizon. Power on stalls, pretty nose high, but nothing crazy. Power off stalls, nose right at the horizon, maybe slightly above. That's all there is to it. Don't be jerking back. Don't be grabbing the controls with your whole hand. Just fingertips is all it takes, and slowly increase that back pressure. And when you feel it break, when you feel that buffet, all you have to do is just simply let go. The nose automatically drops, it recovers, the angle of attack decreases, the airplane's flying again, you can grab the controls again, and then fly the airplane. So it's not about letting go for, say, like 20 seconds or anything. It's just, if you don't know what else to do, just simply let go, grab it again, and the airplane's already flying. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Just small inputs, small attitude changes. You can make big changes with the controls if you really need to. If it's real slow and mushy and you have to move the controls a lot, that's totally fine here. But notice as I'm moving these controls all around, the nose is not really moving that much. Small attitude changes are what we're looking for pretty much in any flight regime, but especially stalls and landing.